this is the Delayed W podcast. I'm the host, Saint. I got my co-host here, Seven.
Y'all?
Then we got the panel, only Coconut.
What's up? What's up?
And then we got our producer, Warwolf.
Howdy.
And then we're gonna have all the links to all our channels and social media and all that. And also, don't forget to check us out on Spotify. So for our guests, we got Brownie
Howdy doody.
and we got Monty.
Yo.
What we're talking about today is times where we almost died, near-death experiences.
Ooh.
And I, for one, have quite a few, but we're gonna limit it to two for me. And I would assume that everyone else near-death experience.
Mm-hmm.
I know Brownie, he has to go through them a lot, but go off.
You know, plenty of explosive encounters, I'll tell you that.
Boy.
Actually, two to be specific.
Look, just let us know when and where it's gonna be, and we'll be good. Like we won't.
Yeah, could you just confirm the your address real quick, Vincent? We have a special package for you, said. Don't worry. So do you want me to start by telling the story real quick, or what do you want to do?
Let's start with you, Brownie. You tell us your near-death experience.
Oh boy, do you want to? Okay, do you want to start with something that involves a cold or something that involves a bomb? Which one?
Oh Jesus!
Preferably the goat.
Okay, so what happened is, so the suicide bomb, and I guess we'll go with that one, is we were in Medina doing some pilgrimage for religious reasons. And to the pilgrimage, you start off, you have to be outside of Mecca, one of the holy cities, do the intention, go into Mecca, and then I'm not a very good Muslim, but long story short, we're done with it and we start heading back to Medina, where our hotel and stuff was at, right? As we're entering back into the city, the way the holy structure is that there's like, it's massive. It's like probably like 10 or 15 football fields altogether. And so there's maybe like 20 gates that you can get inside from. And so I think it was like gate number 10 that was like right in front of our hotel. Like a bomb just goes off. A huge bomb. It shakes the entire ground and everything.
Whoa.
Like, and it was almost during prayer time too. So had the guy gone inside, he would have probably killed, hundreds and hundreds of people, no doubt.
Holy shit.
But yeah, what happened is that the guards, they saw this guy acting sketchy, they pulled him aside, and then of course the guy just blew himself up. He ended up killing himself, like 3 guards. So I was like, man, that was crazy. But it's insane because when you feel a bomb go off, you're just like, the ground shakes, bro. It's ridiculous.
That's crazy.
You feel the shockwave, then you hear the sound. It's like, wow, oh, that's great. Okay,
Yeah, I thought you were kidding about the bomb thing.
The stereotype or something.
Did you at least hear him scream Allahu Akbar before he blew it up? Or did he scream something else? Like, maybe he was like a Christian terrorist bomber, like scream Deus Vult or something.
Some guy just yells Skyrim, then blows himself up. Like, what the fuck?
Two-throw dodge.
But that was one of them. The other one's in Pakistan. That almost got crushed by a glacier. So a lot of fun stuff in my life.
A
Wait,
glacier?
Yeah.
They have glaciers in Pakistan?
Yes, in the northern part where the Taliban used to live. Okay, for legal reasons, I am not associated with anything.
My
Let's be clear
gosh.
right now.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
So this is probably when I was like 11 or 10, right? I'm 23. We went to travel in the northern part of Pakistan to visit some relatives, like up in the mountains. It's really cool there. They have like fields of fruit trees, and they make some really dank food. But up there it gets really cold, and they actually have huge glaciers there. So
a lot of goats.
Yes. And what happened is that we took a break and we stopped at this little ice valley, I remember. And there was this huge chunk of ice. Probably wasn't a glacier necessarily, but I guess you can almost call it a glacier. And a huge chunk of ice was maybe, I would say 50 feet long. And I was standing underneath it feeling like water drip my hands, and I didn't think much of it. I was fucking 10 or 11, right? I don't think. I just do. So eventually my mom calls me over, we get back in the car and go up the mountain. We visit my relatives, and on the way back, right where I was standing, that giant piece of ice fell and killed and trapped 3 men. I'm not sure if they ever got the body out, but 3 guys died. I was like, well, that's fun.
Shit.
But little snippet into my life, boys. Who's up next? Who almost died?
Okay, who wants to go next? Because it's gonna be hard to top a bomb.
I don't think I want to top a bomb, bro. That's what she said.
Oh no.
Mm.
I'll go next just to get over with because it's a small thing, very small. So I don't remember what age I was, but I knew that I have an older brother and he has autism. I remember coming out of the office, one of these office buildings that like there were personal tutors for my brother. And I remember me and my mom were doing something. We left the building to go get something. We crossed the road. I remember there was a little divot into like these submarkets, and when we crossed the road, somebody hit us from the right side on my side, on the passenger side, because we had a 1993 Ford 3-door van, and someone hit on my side. And I remember I was young enough to still be in the car seat, and from that impact, it literally ripped the what do you call it, like a booster seat?
Yeah, like the car seat, booster seat.
Yeah, ripped the booster seat off the like seat, and I was literally I had to hold it up. It felt like it was 70 pounds, and I was just sitting in the middle of the aisle of the car, just trying to hold on. And till this day, I still feel that impact. Like I feel the rockiness of the car. I can kind of recall the sound of it. It was like a loud metal crash. But my god, that's the only like crazy near death experience. I could have flown out the window, but I just popped out of the seat. That's my story.
You didn't get hurt or anything? Was your mom okay?
My mom was okay. I was okay. It was just I just popped out of the seat and I gotta hold my fucking booster seat, and it was heavy as fuck. That's it for me.
Definitely not a bomb, but still pretty scary.
Oh yeah.
That's
And I didn't
still
even see the car that hit us. It was like a hit and run.
Oh damn, they just dipped.
Ooh, if we're talking about car crashes, I've experienced a car crash. It was on I was heading to the gym, and I think it's a near death because the cars in front of me, we were in all stop, and the car behind me he was on his phone. Apparently he was going 75 miles per hour, and he collided to my car where we were completely stopped. All I remember was
shit.
everything was in slow motion and shit. I had glass flying across from the back to the front, and for some goddamn reason, there was. Have y'all ever had those toy, plastic, like soldiers? You know, the kids used to play.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, we had some in the back, and I remember looking to my right, and I see like 2 or 3 of those soldiers flying across. I'm just like, fuck. I'm about to die. Like everything was it felt like this is an instant type of like crash, but it felt like I was in it for like 2 minutes or 3 minutes looking around, and I'm just like, holy shit, everything's slow motion right now. And I could vividly see just those 3 action figures just flying across. I'm just like, oh shit, is my neck broken? What's going on here? But yeah, the guy totaled his car. My car, it fixed the alignment.
Oh wow.
Was it in the van?
Yeah, it was the van.
The van?
Literally a month before we were supposed to go to like a what do you call a road trip, and I was like, "Fuck."
Jeez.
Jesus
Hey.
took the wheel and fixed your alignment.
But not for real, right? But not gonna lie, the guy he admitted, that he did wrong. He was chill about it, and right after that, I just
You
went.
sucked your dick, right?
No.
No
This-
handy at least.
Yeah, come on.
He paid for everything and basically paid for half of our vacation. Like this guy got money to do stuff.
Wow.
What kind of car was it that hit you?
I don't know. It was totaled, so I had no idea what it was a Suburban. And when I was in a Honda Odyssey, but his car was completely totaled while mine was able to drive, park somewhere, do all the insurance shit, and then I went to Potbelly sandwiches. And then I went home. And I was like, all right, cool, everything's done. Now I just, have this guy pay for everything. And it's fun.
Only ever had Potbelly once.
That was the only time I got Potbelly because I was hella hungry.
I honestly, when aren't you hungry?
Bro.
Real question.
But that car accident though, I feel like that could have been like a near death experience because I'm in a
Oh, yeah.
completely stopped car and that guy was driving 70 plus miles per hour. That's
pretty
luckily
crazy, yeah.
luckily I held down on the brake because I can't go anywhere. Like I was between like all the other cars. It's not like I'm gonna start pushing a car. That means I will end up paying for that guy's car. Yeah. Other than that, yeah, that's one of my near death experiences. But let's move it on to somebody else.
Crazy, man.
I have
Turns out
a
this
I
would
have,
turn into a car episode though.
yeah, I have a car related one, and this was when I was in the car with Coconut too, and the same van that had the accident.
Wait, we didn't get into a car. Oh no! It was the truck
It was it was a truck. Yeah, it
when
was.
we were driving to the camp, right?
Yeah, it was to camp.
Oh,
So
fuck
I'll
Google
give
Maps,
I'll give
man.
my side first.
Oh my god.
So there's this camp called Garner State Park, like a couple hours north. We had this tradition where we would Memorial Day for Boy Scouts, and this was our first time going not with the Boy Scouts, and so it was just Coconut and I, and we were supposed to buddy Ty up there, and so we're driving there at least 4 or 5 times, but we've never driven him ourselves. So it's pretty mountainous up in that area, so we had to take it careful. Some of the bends, the area around the camp, very mountain. Take it pretty slowly up the mountain, so you don't drive off and die. And we're using Google Maps, to get there, and we're about like 5 minutes away from the campsite, and we're pulling up. I'm like, oh yeah, this, and then it says turn right in 0.2 miles or something. We're like, okay, it's coming. But right when we're pulling up, it immediately switches. It says turn right now. And I look at Coconut and I was like, oh shit, we gotta turn. He just fucking swerves, and we turn into the where it says to turn on Google Maps, and we almost flipped the truck over because we were going. I think we were going like maybe 45, 50 miles an hour downhill too.
Going downhill in such a curve,
Oh my
like
god, y'all try to whip that shit.
okay,
Bruh.
so because he's cutting out, I'll just say like when we were using the maps, we were following it, but it switched to a different route within halfway about going down the hill or the curve. And I was like, oh, we're curving to the left, but now we have to turn immediate right downhill.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just like, oh shit, I guess that's where we enter. And I start turning, and I'm just like, I'm pressing the brake. We ain't slowing down, man. And the next thing you know, we hit gravel road, and we just feel that force that kind of brings you the other way when you turn.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
it's
Inertia.
centrifugal force.
inertia. It felt so strong that we're like, we're gonna flip. All our shit's gonna go around, and we may end up dying here, just because of this fucking map change. And
Because of the turn and the loose gravel, so we lost the.
we lost all traction too.
Yeah.
Oh my!
Wow.
I tried gaining control, and I'm just like, oh, it's not going where I want it to.
I'm sitting there like just gripping the hell out of the handrail and like holding on for dear life, trying. But luckily, we didn't die, as you can tell.
Bro, when we went to a complete stop, Seven and I just looked at each other in the eye, and we're just like, "What the fuck?" We were in shock for about like at least a good 5 minutes. Recalibrated the map, and be like, "All right, we're good. Everything in the back still there. All right, let's continue." But we were scared, bro. We thought we were about to die.
It was pretty close for sure.
Jesus.
I feel like the more we
That-
talk about this, more memories I get from almost dying. Like,
We've had a
stories
bunch of
are coming
near
up.
death experiences.
I feel like there's a lot more than what I know right now, you know? But we can continue on to somebody else.
All right, Saint. Well,
Talking about
Saint
cars.
or selecting.
Yeah, since y'all keep talking about cars, y'all reminded me. One time I was going to San Antonio on a vacation with my girl at the time, and I let her drive my car. Shouldn't have.
Yeah, that was your first
Um,
mistake.
Ooh.
Hey, don't get offended if y'all listening, but Latinas, y'all a little crazy when y'all drive. I be laughing about that. That shit ain't funny. But
Because it's
so
true.
she's like driving, and I forgot she's never she's drove my car before, but not like a road trip. And I forgot to let her know my wheel, it kind of I wouldn't say it moves on its own, but it has like a jerk reaction because of the rims are
Brake
they're like
sensors.
no, it's because the rims are bent. Like two of the rims are bent.
Hmm.
Your
Don't
fault.
Yeah, it's definitely my fault, but we're not gonna get into that. So the wheel, it jerks whatever, and my ass, I'm like, oh, I'm tired. I take a nap, bruh. She fucking like the little side when you're driving freeways and shit, like the little
The shoulder.
the shoulder.
It's
She
like all bumpy.
she accidentally bumped on one of them shits in the car. I kid you not, was jerking, and I thought we was about to swerve and fucking crash, bruh. So I wake up, and my ass. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, what are you doing? And she's freaking out and shit. I was like, where's Bucky's? We gotta pull over. I'm driving the rest of the way. And she felt bad and shit. And I'm like, nah, it's your fault, but it's not your fault.
No, she was like, "Oh, it's because I'm a Scorpio. It's just a Scorpio thing."
Oh, no, this is what they say.
No.
Oops. Ha ha ha. That's all they do, man, when something
But-
goes wrong.
I'm about to
Well, she's
commit a
Aquarius, so
crime.
she definitely was saying oops and laughing at that shit.
I'm an Aquarius. Boy,
Aquarius.
you retarded.
Oh man, those horoscope signs. I don't think there's much validity.
That's
Can't spell
nothing.
Stupid
horoscope
things.
without horror. So
That's a whole nother topic. Probably talk about it one day, but never again. I just know I'm gonna drive that way with my car. I'm not gonna let nobody else do that because they don't understand my baby. We almost died that day. Never again.
I'm pretty sure you died mentally that day.
Oh hell yeah, nigga! I was scared till we got to the fucking Airbnb. Best believe I wasn't mad, but we wasn't talking the rest of the ride.
You at least got some head though, right?
That's a whole nother topic. Who's next?
All right, Monty, your turn.
So mine was 3 weeks ago, and I was riding on a business trip with my mom, and she's going about 70. Yeah, about 70 on a regular street that goes 40. So this big old, I guess it was a Lincoln.
Wait,
But
she
it was
was
an
going
SUV.
70 on a road that goes 40.
Yeah, my mom drives fast.
That's a little more than fast, I would say.
I want to point out this
Go,
nigga
Speed
from New
Racer,
Orleans.
go!
We up in the Heights. The Heights is really small. Them streets are like 4 lanes.
Yeah,
And then they're weird and they're round too. So but anyway, so this big old SUV takes up 3 lanes. He comes out of like a like a mechanic shop, and he just stops right in the middle of the street, and there's a person right in front, like a little bit, and my mom's passing them. So she's not, I don't know what was going through her mind, but she wasn't paying attention. And I was like, yo, this car's in the middle of you. And then, like, at the last second, I kid you not, she drifted around the car that was in front of her, like on the right lane. And then she drifted again around the big old SUV, the Cadillac SUV. And I was like, bro, I don't even know how you did that because I can't even do that in a video game. So I have no clue how you did that in real life. But as fast as she was going, we're in a Mini Cooper, and you know how small those things are. So, if we got impact, more than likely we would have died. But I wasn't scared or anything because I've had multiple near-death experiences, so I don't really be scared of dying. But that definitely would have killed us going that fast on a kind of busy street.
You're desensitized to it?
I'm very desensitized to death.
I mean, I guess if you're spending a lot of time, in the passenger seat with your mom, you get desensitized pretty.
Or you've been in Katrina too, so.
Katrina, I mean, Harvey was pretty bad too.
Not as
Yeah,
bad as
but
Katrina was.
it wasn't like
Dude,
Katrina
I
was.
tanked that shit. Where I live, I tanked that damn storm.
But the thing is about Katrina and Harvey, like people in Katrina, they had the levees got blown up and everything, and they ain't know that the water was gonna be gushing in the way it did, so it did.
So it was a double whammy, pretty much.
It was a double whammy.
Monty, did you come over here in aftermath of Katrina?
Yep, I was rescued on a helicopter.
Oh wow!
And I got to ride a Chinook, which was really awesome. So I just remember being happy to ride a helicopter because as a kid, you don't really see disaster, you see fun. So that's what I saw. I saw opportunity to be in a helicopter, which I never had before. I've been in planes, but I've never been in a helicopter, so totally different. But yeah, I
I'd
came
imagine.
here after Katrina.
Any other stories they want to share until I get to mine?
So it was one time in band camp.
Well, mine starts similar. This one time at summer camp, this was where Coconut and Swink was there too. So this is our summer camp, one of the last ones we go to, and usually summer camps are a week long. And Coconut and I and Swank were taking this class called Mountain Man, where you go up and do stupid shit like throw axes, shoot black powder guns, and stuff like that. And there were probably about 5 of us from our troop, maybe 5 or 6 of us from our troop that were in that course. And every day on our way to the course, we would pass by a giant iron bridge. It was at least 20, 30 feet off the ground, and below it was a dry riverbed. So if anyone fell off, they would probably get seriously hurt or even die. And I forgot who made the joke, but someone was like, hey, it'd be funny if we all try to climb it or something. And they were like, oh, yeah, sure, whatever. But we kept on talking about it throughout the whole week, and we formulated this really stupid plan to climb it, but not climb it regularly. We were going to do something called human rappelling. And human rappelling is you all hang off each other's hands in like a giant human chain until you reach the bottom. There was no way in hell this was going to work because I don't think any of us would have been able to support all the weight of, 10, like 130, 150 pound guys. But we decided to try it out anyways. We weren't completely stupid because we wanted to at least test it out to see if it was viable. So we found like a tall tree somewhere with a pretty sturdy branch, and we tried hanging off of it with like 3 people, and it worked out. It was only three people, and so we're like, okay, we were building our confidence. So we were sorely mistaken, and we're like, okay, maybe we should have like a safety we shouldn't just do this, raw. So we came up with a plan to get this really long rope from our trailer and tie it around everyone's waist and tie it to the iron bar just in case that someone lets go or something. And the person who was spearheading this plan was our senior patrol leader. He's like basically the leader of the troop. His name is Walker, and not many people liked Walker, but for some reason we decided to listen to him.
Texas Walker?
Texas Walker Ranger, except not cool and full of depression.
Jesus.
I know Coconut despises him.
In some ways. Allegedly.
Allegedly, but at this point, we were actually still pretty cool with each other, even though we had some grievances. And so we decided to let him handle a lot of logistics and stuff, like getting the actual rope. So this was the second to last day of camp, and we decided to test out our plan. So after dinner, we all snuck away to the Iron Bridge. There were probably around 6 of us, and we tried it with like 4 people, and it kind of worked. Like no one fell, no one got hurt, and so our confidence was even higher now that this plan would be successfully pulled off. So we knew that if we got caught, we could have gotten in pretty big trouble for trying to pull some stupid shit like this, especially if it was like a different adult leader who caught us that wasn't part of our troop. So we planned to enact it on the last day of camp. So on the last day of camp, there's always a big campfire where everyone gathers and they do like skits and awards and stupid shit like that. Between the campfire and dinner, we had around an hour and a half to 2 hours of free time. And on the last day, we knew a lot of people would be busy trying to get the campfire ready and just close up their campsites and whatnot. And so we didn't think anyone would catch on if we were just walking around with a lot of rope to some random place. So we would blend in pretty well. So the only other thing was getting the actual rope. So we let Walker do this. He went up to the scoutmaster and asked if he could take some rope. And the scoutmaster is like, okay, yeah, you can get the rope, but what are you going to use it for? He's like, oh, we're just going to practice some knots or some stupid shit like that. Of course, the scoutmaster didn't really believe him, but he let him take the rope anyways. So they were kind of onto us at this point. So he takes this big rope, he brings it up to us. He's like, all right, guys, I got the rope. Let's go. So at this point, there's 10 of us part of the plan. We all walk to the giant-ass bridge, and we start tying the rope around our waist, to try to form a giant link. And we get to the top, and I forgot who was first. It might have been Walker. He was the first one to grab, and then like 3 other people. And I think I was like part of the chain too at one point, and then I like chicken out, like, I don't think this is gonna end up well. So I dipped. I just stood to the side, and we're like, okay, it would be cool if we got a picture of this, just so we can save it. And Walker gave someone his phone, and they went down 20 feet below the bridge, a dry ass riverbed, where if anyone fell, they would have cracked their skull open, and took a picture of like 4 guys hanging off of each other on this bridge. And we all get off the bridge, and we look at the picture and like, oh, that's really cool. But how are we going to share it with everyone? I'm like, okay, maybe we should use like Facebook Messenger or something and share it. And Walker's like, okay, yeah, I'll do that. So, we let him handle it, and we keep on derping around on the bridge. I think Swank like climbed up all the way from the bottom to the top, did some like monkey shit or something. And we thought that was the end of it. We go back to camp, and the adult leaders are questioning us. Are like, where were you guys? We're like, oh, we were just helping set the campfire up. They're like, oh, really? They're like, why? We know you're lying. They're like, what do you mean? They pull up their phone, and the picture of us all hanging from the rope is on our Facebook page. I'm trying to look at Walker, and I'm like, you motherfucker, you posted it on the public page where all the parents are a part of and all the adult leaders. So everyone know that we were gonna like pull some stupid shit like this. He's like, yeah, you said to put it on Facebook. I'm like, I said to put it on Facebook
Oh
Messenger.
my goodness.
Rip.
So what happened after that?
Nothing too bad happened. The door was like, you shouldn't do something like this without adult supervision. So they were cool with us, like, doing stupid shit like that, but they wanted us to at least be, honest with them that we were going to do it, and at least have an adult there or something. If something did happen, we wouldn't be completely without help.
Screwed. Yeah.
But I remember when we were hanging there, and I like heard the rope like creaking. I'm like, dude, this is not gonna end well. Like I looked down, I'm like, yeah, my chances of escaping this unscathed were very, very low. So I like pulled on the rope. All right, bring back up. I don't want to do this shit.
That was some major crackheads for that.
Oh yeah. So Coconut, what was your point of view for the story?
Bro, I didn't even know what the fuck we were doing at first. I was like, fuck it, I'll just follow y'all. And then we find this bridge, and next time y'all started putting people out off the bridge. And I was like, what the fuck are we doing? And then next thing you know, you guys started connecting, like a human centipede. No, well, not human centipede, but like,
Human centipede.
handshake,
Oh,
Oh
no.
god.
like all the way down. And I was like, what is going on here? And next to know, we have everybody's like, oh, human repelling, ha 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 ha. And I'm like, oh fuck, I guess we're trying to rappel off this bridge. And I thought it was pretty funny. I didn't know that like we basically took equipment from our what do you call trailer. And then later on, I was like, oh, that's so funny that we go back to the campsite, blah blah blah. And I found out that this was fucking dangerous. In my mind, I was like, kids being kids, ha ha. And then everybody got in trouble. Nothing happened afterwards. And I was like, shit. Walker's
Right.
stupid as fuck. And then we probably could have done something bad, such as somebody probably gotten hurt. But that's also how you tell that when we were there, the trip was freaking fun. That's about it.
Yeah, it could have ended very badly if
Oh, for sure.
someone's hand was too sweaty, or we chose the wrong rope and it like just snapped.
We chose
Oh,
the
man.
wrong person to be the top person. I think we had somebody that was like small and lanky to be the one to handle
What happened?
everybody's weight. You know what I mean?
At first we tried that, and then we're like, wait, this isn't gonna work. I don't know why we decided to do this. And then we had Walker go and do it, and then he bailed too. So
We
he
never
could
even
take
did
the
it,
picture.
to be
No,
honest.
we didn't make it all the way down. There was no way we were gonna fit 10 people.
Oh
Hell,
hell!
even with 10 people, we wouldn't have reached the bottom.
Oh no, bruh.
It
No.
was pretty bad. I'm very surprised no one got hurt.
Jesus Christ.
Like, yeah, I know the story like wasn't as eventful as everyone else's, where people got in car accidents or bombs blowing up. But I think this story was unique because we planned it out and thought it was a good idea between like 10 of us.
Yeah, it was more like a very wholesome adventure.
Keep in mind we were all like 14, 15, so it was fine. If you do want to hear something more that's more dangerous, I can tell you about the time I almost Walmart.
You almost what?
I almost got shot at Walmart.
Holy shit.
Mine.
Oh boy.
Let's let Coconut tell his story about almost getting shot at Walmart. This is on two separate occasions.
You also have?
Yeah, that's what was
Oh,
there.
my. Is it the same Walmart?
No, this is the Walmart that got closed down.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Bro, so this Walmart. Oh, I wasn't in Walmart, but it's the gas station, the Murphy's gas station. Basically, I'm driving this truck, okay, and this dude was at a stop sign, and I had the right of way. So I'm like, all right, cool. So you don't stop, right? Because you have right of way. There's no stop sign, no yielding sign. So I just go straight. He goes forward while I'm already in the middle, and he almost hits me. And I look back. I was like, what the fuck? and I continue going forward, and now this guy is tailgating me. Then once I got to the gas station, he pulled up right next to my gas station. What do you call
Pump.
yeah. And then when I'm about to get out, I look at him. He's staring dead. He was staring at me with those, with what do you call with his glare was like, I want to fucking kill you. And I was like,
Oh, a death stare.
that's it. Yeah.
Mhm.
And I was like, what's this guy doing? So I opened my door and I saw him open his door. And next thing you know, I see this glance of a barrel of a pistol, and I immediately closed my door. I looked at him, and he looked at me, and he's opening, and he keeps making he's like what do you call bring out his gun out, he's like flashing it to me. I'm just like, the fuck are you aiming at me for? I barely have $28 in my pocket. You know, is it because I went on a right away while you should have just stayed stopped? You dumb fuck. But like, I got out, and I was like, all right, I'll circle around Walmart, and I come back to a different pump. This dude was followed me the entire time. He was keeping an eye, and then he kept staring at me. And I'm like, fuck, what do I do? And then I saw this cart pusher. I was like, yo, hey. Like, I yelled at him from my window. I was like, "Hey, this dude got a gun and won't leave me alone." And the car pusher just looked at me, and I see him just walk the other way. I was like,
It's like, the fuck am I going to do? I get paid minimum wage. I'm not about to die for this.
"Bro!" And then for some reason, I was gonna say, "Nah, this guy's not gonna come here." I open my door, get out, and about to put my card in, and I see him in the back, just walking towards me. Nah, I got the fuck out of there. I just left. And I didn't even go straight home. I fucking went around the neighborhoods around Walmart, around the trailer park homes near the other side of the road. Then I went home to make sure that this dude did not follow me. But I was like, "Why are you flashing a gun at me?" And I'm like, and this is a ghetto Walmart. They'll fucking stick you up for just a piece of gum. Like, that's how shitty they are. But I'm like, dude, fuck this. I left. I was like, bro, I'm not gonna get shot just because you just don't know how to drive.
Was the guy white, black, Mexican?
Black,
Of course.
dude. It's
That's why
like
I don't shop at Walmart.
Oh, bro, I
I,
wish that
I
happened to
wasn't
me.
shopping. I was just trying to get gas from Murphy's because I got that coupon. It saves at 2 cents per gallon.
That's where you messed up. You done fucked up, right? You know that, right?
How? How does that fucked up,
Because you'd never get that Murphy gas. For one.
bro? It was cheap back then. Okay, so back then it was like what, 250 or something like that. This is like a couple years ago. So around 250, 265 per gallon. while I was while there was a discount and also Murphy's gas like card, and I'll be getting like, I don't know, 220 or something like that, 215. So
Mhm.
I'm just like, bro, why I'm gonna use this because all the other gas stations aren't doing anything, so I might as well just use Murphy's. I think I was playing it smart. It's just that dude just didn't have any common sense. And
Or he
granted,
was on
it's a
crack.
it's a ghetto Walmart, so most people don't have common sense there.
Yeah, the time I almost got shot at Walmart, I was with Swank and my friend Lewis. This was the Coconut was almost there. He was like on the way there or something. I forgot the exact context, but we were supposed to meet up somewhere. And in the meantime, I stopped at Walmart while Swank and Lewis were sitting in my car. And so we're just waiting at Walmart at 9 o'clock at night. In hindsight, this probably wasn't the best idea, especially we were parked in the back too. So it seemed pretty shady. So we're just standing outside, talking, and I'm sitting there, looking around, just make sure no one's trying to pull up on us or anything. And this one truck, it's parked behind my car, and I'm just like looking over it, trying to, get the grasp of the situation or whatever. And this old, fat, white dude pops up with the little Walmart hammock on. I think he was either a greeter or a cart pusher. Comes up to me. He has his glasses and his big ass beard. Looks like, Santa Claus on crack. He's like, "Hey, what are you doing? I look around. I'm like, is he talking to me? Of course he was. There was no one else around besides us three. I'm like, excuse me, sir? He's like, yeah, you. Why are you looking at my truck? I'm like, I'm not looking into your truck. He's like, what'd you take? I'm like, I didn't take anything. He's like, bullshit. What'd you see in there? I'm like, I don't see anything. He's like, yeah, you don't see anything because you took it. I'm just standing there like incredulous. I'm like, is this really happening? And Swank and Lewis were standing there trying to like, back me up or whatever. They're supporting me. Like, yeah, we're not doing anything. We're just waiting here with some of our friends. And this guy, he's like, if I had my gun on me right now, I would shoot you. I'm like, well, do you have it on you? He's like, no, if I did, I would. I'm like, well, sucks be you. We're not here to, we're not trying to cause any trouble, and I don't think you should shoot people randomly. Like, I want to go talk to your management because you obviously work here. You don't back off. And he like stumbles away or whatever, and we get in a car and leave.
What the fuck?
Yeah, it was so random.
Anyway,
The story sounds familiar. I just don't remember. Like,
I told you the story like right after it happened when we met up. This is like 10 minutes before we met up. I think it was like Ty's birthday or something.
we met, huh?
Yeah.
Was this over at that golf thing? That bar?
No, it wasn't. It wasn't.
Damn, I don't remember this.
It's just like back in high school or something.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but he. Oh no, it was that. It was when we met up at the golf place.
Huh.
It was, yeah.
Okay.
So I have another story.
Yeah, but the other funny thing is, like, after the guy said he didn't have the piece on him, Swank and Lewis, they kept on like railing on him. They're like, "Hey man, maybe you should go inside and buy you a razor. If you don't have enough money, we can go get it for you. Shave that. You look like you've been through a lot. Or did you fight in Vietnam or something?" And I don't know why they were provoking this dude, because if he did have a piece, we would have been dead.
Jesus Christ Almighty!
Yeah, this guy was obviously like a PTSD, veteran, just trying to work at Walmart and thinking everyone's out to get him and stealing shit from his truck, even though his truck looked like it was worth $500 on a good day.
Maybe a whole $5.
Yeah, but it ain't me almost dying. It's some other people. So I'm coming from the beach with some friends. It's nighttime. We go to Chinatown to go to Kung Fu. Well, not Kung Fu, Tiger's Den. And this old couple, they're crossing the street coming from like a grocery store, and this guy is just driving like a lunatic. So he's drives in front of some other person, and the person that almost hit the crazy driver ran over this old couple, just popped them. So yeah,
Holy shit.
she didn't even like. She's just crying. She gets out the car crying like crazy. This dude just took off, like, because he doesn't care. So there's this guy. He gets out the car. He's like, trying to check and see if they're okay. And then everybody else is just standing there. Nobody's calling 911. These two old people, they're just cold, just knocked out cold. So me and my brother, we both get out the car. We go check and see if they're okay. My friends, we all go check to see if they're okay. Groceries everywhere, and like I just end up calling the ambulance until they got there. I stayed there until they got there, but everybody is sitting there trying to touch them, and then we're like, "Don't touch them because they might have like a fractured bone, or you don't know
Mm-hmm.
what could be wrong with them." And they're just sitting there trying to hold them and all that. And we were like, "Nah, don't do that." We're not trying to make their injuries worse. So sat there, waited till the emergency came, and then we left. We went to go get some ramen after that. Yeah.
Were they okay? Like,
I mean, I'm sure they were okay. They weren't dead because
okay.
one of them, or both of them, they were out of it. They got hit, so they had to have been concussed. So
How fast was that dude going?
I don't know, about 60.
60 miles an hour. Jesus.
Yep.
Yeah,
Because
the
he wanted to
G-forces.
pass. He wanted to pass in front. You know. He wanted to overtake the person in front of him, so he went around them, and then I guess didn't judge his I wouldn't say turn, but his cut. So he almost hit the person that he passed up. So she swerved and hit the old people because she had nowhere to go.
Old people were in the car, right? Or
Say it again.
were the old people in the car? Or
No, they weren't in a
they were just
car. They
walking?
got hit by a car. They were walking.
Oh, okay. Jesus.
Yeah, I don't have any camp stories that almost got me killed or anything like that, but I could tell you a lot of car ones. Or I've never seen a bomb, but I've seen a car set on fire.
It's
You know,
like,
they had a car on 45. This guy, he just pulls aside. His car is smoking, and all he sees is just fire. His whole car just caught on fire.
Holy shit. Yeah, I
Yeah.
remember I pulled up to a Kroger and I pulled in through like the side, like I guess one of the side entrances. As I'm driving through, I'm like, why are these two cars so close to each other? Then like my brain clicks like, no, you dumbass, they're both in an accident. I'm like, oh shit, and I just realized that like both their fronts are gone and that they just got into a car accident. And I'm like, what do I do here? Eventually they're both okay, but I think this old guy tries to sue Kroger because of their parking lot, but the case gets dropped because the manager's like, yeah, he's a dumbass. And tell stories.
I didn't think I was going to hear Brownie's story like that. I thought he was actually joking. So
I thought he was trolling when he was like,
I
saying that.
really did. I didn't expect that. I thought it was all going to be like car wreck stories, or maybe somebody almost fell off a mountain or something.
Oh, I did.
Uh,
I did almost fall off a cliff.
ooh,
was
no.
that?
Ah,
What?
yeah. It's another Boy Scout thing. We were
Is that Enchanted Rock?
huh?
Was it
No,
Enchanted Rock? No.
no. It wasn't Enchanted Rock. It was another place where we used to do rappelling and bouldering. It wasn't Enchanted Rock this time, or
Fucking
actually it
Enchanted
may
Rock.
be, but like we were bouldering, and then next thing you know, I was gripping. I had my foot onto another ledge, that slipped, and then I tried grabbing onto another like crack, that slipped, and I just fell down onto my left side, and then it's just this straight like how you say smooth side of the rock, and it's just very steep. I'm like, oh fuck, and I started sliding. Unfortunately, I caught my grip onto another boulder, and I was like, okay, let me go back to the troop and see what's up.
This is a very bad situation. Let me get out of here.
Yeah, once I caught my grip, and I was like, all right, I'm dipping.
That's why I do not trust mountain climbing at all.
Hell yeah,
don't.
it's
Free
fun.
climb.
It is fun.
Yeah, it was free climbing. That's what I was doing. I think I was doing it with Swank,
I
and
wouldn't free
and
climb
then an
either.
old
Yeah,
friend
that
of Dale. You know,
Oh yeah.
yeah, that's when they wanted to rappel off that tree too.
That
Oh,
almost reminded me of a story. I went ziplining on a church camp, and the post would shake while you're up there. So I remember going on that. That thing was shaking. I thought it was gonna snap. So I was like, no. But I rode it about like 10 times, so I knew it wasn't gonna break.
I think we should end it off right there. That
Yeah,
should
we're
be
gonna
fun.
go ahead and close this episode. Seven. Do you have anything to say?
I always have something to say. Remember, leave a like, subscribe. If we get enough views and enough subscribers, we'll post Coconut's nudes on the Patreon. It's in the description below.
Yeah.
And for more
If-
fun stories.
And if we hit, let's say if we hit 1,000 subscribers, make it OnlyFans exclusively for Coconut and all of his glorious nudes.
Yes. Yes.
Fuck's sake.
Yes.
I'm going back to Pakistan.
You go back to Pakistan, fuck some goats.
No, I'm gonna blow up.
Oh my god.
Also, one more thing. Don't forget to check us out on Spotify and possibly Anchor as well. We have all our episodes uploaded on there. want to watch it through YouTube, or if you're driving somewhere and you want something fun to listen to, give it a try. The Late W
I've got
podcast on
Google as well.
yeah. So we'll leave all the links in that in the description, and we'll catch you guys next time.